So this is part 1 of session 9, and session 9 pertains to XML and the semantic web. Okay, so much of tonight's lectures have actually been outsourced. I found some good introductory videos on XML and semantic web on YouTube. First, I'm going to say a few words about how session 9 will work. Then I'll briefly introduce these 3 XML videos linked from this slide. I want you to watch these videos to get your general introduction to the technologies, because each of these presentations, I think, says it better than I could. Then you'll come back to this presentation. It'll actually be session 9, part 2, and I'll try to bring things home to 670 and tie them in with concepts that we've been working on. In order for this to work, go watch all 3 of these XML YouTube videos now. You can find clickable links in the slides I uploaded to the session 9 folder in course documents. And I don't mean right now. Wait until I'm done with this slide in this particular part 1 of session 9. Then when you're done with part 1 of session 9, this is the last slide, and then you go and watch those 3 videos, the next thing you're going to do is open up the restaurant XML document. That's a PDF file that's in the session 9 folder in course documents. It might even be helpful to print it out so that you can refer to it while I'm talking through the slide. After you've done that, come back to the YouTube video for session 9, part 2. So as you watch these 3 XML videos that are linked from this slide, I don't want you to worry as much about learning how to code XML well enough to launch a fully functional XML implementation. Rather, you need to learn what XML does, what its major mechanisms and characteristics are, and what kinds of situations it's good for. XML is a language is not dissimilar to the concept of a metadata schema. What I mean by that is, since XML is customizable, there are meta languages that use XML's extensible functionality to create a specialized language for certain situation. So the semantic web languages, RDF and OWL, are 2 examples, but there are many others. Dublin Core is another meta language that was built using XML. And like with metadata schemas, if there's not an existing XML meta language for your particular purpose, there is nothing stopping you from creating your own DTD or XML schema to define the elements and attributes that define your realm. You cannot be fully literate as an information specialist without understanding the basics of XML, including customizable tags and hierarchical relationships, and also understanding that many of the technologies and services that you see working on the web, and especially Web 2.0, use XML. Here's an important thing to know. XML tags wrap elements of information in tags, and those tags give some context to the information within them. The number 555.5 alone is not meaningful. That's information with no tags. But wrapped in a tag called height in feet, we now know that we're talking about something that's 555.5 feet tall. And if the height in feet tag is hierarchically embedded under a tag for landmark, and the value in the current landmark tag is Washington Monument, all of a sudden 555.5 means something. So that's how XML is used. Hierarchically arranged tags identify the context or meaning of nuggets of data on the web. Once they're wrapped up this way, they become portable units that can be passed among different applications or environments. That's what's cool about XML. So now that you have some background, go and watch the 3 XML videos linked from this slide, then pull up your restaurant XML PDF file, and then come back and watch the YouTube video for session 9, part 2.